EMZT Radio is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audio download and a free 30-day trial at audibletrial.com/EMZT. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Welcome to another episode of EMZT Radio. I'm Bane Hellborn with my partner, the infamous MJ.
Oh my god, Halloween, we all survived.
Oh, but it's over.
I know.
I'm really bummed. Okay, so the podcast missed the Halloween day, but I did get it after
we did
midnight
get it on, but you know what?
November 1st, so it's okay.
You know what? But you know what? We got it in the time period for the Day of the Dead, so we're in good shape.
Okay, so it's still great. I'm finding, because there's so much you have to put in, I have to make a list of what I put in.
You're making a list and checking
I make a list
twice?
so I don't duplicate anything or, miss anything. So I'm making lists.
Gonna find out what segments are. Nice. Sorry.
So this is really cool. I now make lists. The Halloween show is really awesome. You gotta listen to it.
Sweet.
Yes.
So, since I did mention it on the show, the Krasnia Graba TV was really good.
All right.
For 2 minutes, it was a 2-minute little video. It looked like 70s animation because they did Scooby-Doo, but it is really weird. I mean, and it's type of animation you'd fully expect.
Oh.
On the weird side of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really fun to watch and to look at.
All right.
Very visually stunning.
Visually stunning. I haven't heard that in a while.
I don't know. Whatever you call cheap 70s animation looking projects.
Brave.
Yeah. It still looks good.
Okay.
If you're a fan of Scooby-Doo, you'll like it.
All right. There. Now we know. Oh,
what are we doing?
Yes. Let's talk about this really quick. Guess who's upset about Chilling Adventures of Sabrina? So, the Satanic Temple, they are
poor babies.
They are a little bit upset about the statue of Baphomet in the School of Unseen Arts that Sabrina has to go to. It's an exact representation of, their statue, and they're a little bit upset about it because they're trying to undo the years and years and years of bad rep that they've gotten.
The bad rep that they wait a minute. So the Satanic Temple is talking about the bad rep they've gotten?
Yeah.
And they're pissy because it makes them look bad?
Yeah.
Dude, it's entertainment.
Yeah. But it's too much an exact. And nobody got permission from them.
Oh, okay. Well, that might be an issue. That might be an issue.
Yeah. So that's what's going on. Is they want Netflix and the Sabrina thing they want to do something different
or pay up
or pay up. Yeah. So they're not making too much. Well, they're making a little bit of a stink about it, but I mean, it's not all over the net that they're like slandering the project and going, it's a piece of shit. They shouldn't be doing this. They're just they sent this letter asking to take out their image representation of Baphomet because it's too much. It's too much like theirs.
It's basically a cease and desist.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm like, okay, but the whole funny part is, and the whole funny part about Sabrina is, I'm really loving the show. I'm loving the show. The whole funny part about it is they do worship Satan.
Yes, of course they do. That's why Baphomet is there.
He is depicted as a super tall, like a 9-foot tall goat man.
I think that then they're doing full on Baphomet then, aren't they?
Yeah, but they don't call him Satan or Lucifer or anything. They call him the Dark Lord.
The Dark Lord. The Dark One.
The Dark Lord.
The Dark One.
But every now and then you hear somebody say, hail Satan or praise Satan when they're, talking about the Dark Lord, so. But the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina is awesome. I really like it. So take a chance.
Sweet.
It's not like Sabrina the Teen Witch with Melissa Joan Hart and it's all perky and cute and happy. No, it's not.
They said it was supposed to be a really, really dark.
It is. It is very dark. Sabrina, she still has to be blonde because that's what she is. She's blonde.
Right.
But she's really bullied by the other young witches because they call her a half-breed because she's not a pureblood witch. She's only half.
So it's kind of like Sabrina the Teenage Witch meets Harry Potter.
But worse.
Well,
but she's really picked on. She's really persecuted, and she really finds ways to kick ass and take names. So yeah, we're good. We're good. It's a good show.
Well, we've got an interesting show here. We're gonna finish up this open and get to some music because I see somebody knocking at the dungeon door. Oh, wonder who that could be. Of course, it's our good friend, Sarah, from Bitches of Horror. So one half of the Bitches of Horror are joining us for the 4th time.
Yes. Number 4.
Feels like the first time. Anyways, the reason being, they have something new up their sleeve.
New project.
They have a new project. We're going to talk about it right after we get to some music. I'm coming back with the weird side of YouTube, and then back to some music here on EMZT Radio.
Pete! Pete! Why don't we just go up?
No, don't go up there.
Why not?
Because A, he might be one of them, and B, he might still be annoyed.
You're listening to EMZT Radio.
Well, this week on the strange world of YouTube, we got a fun one for you. This one's called Umami. It's UMAMI. Can be found on there just by looking them up. There's an interesting animation called Interface. It's very interesting and it's very, very dystopian. But I also think it makes great marks on our society and where we are as just as humans, really. Everybody needs to go and check this one out. It's absolutely fun to watch, and his animations or his or her animations are absolutely wonderful. So again, it's UMAMI, Umami, on YouTube.
Holy god damn! I know what I'm doing. I'm giving Morty Smith an A in horror class.
You know, you're like a penguin on the North Pole. Here's the South Pole. It's really nice this time of year.
There are no penguins on the North Pole.
You want to feel how hard I can punch?
Hey everyone, this is Bowmine Bob from Bowling with Bobcat. You can listen to me live every Monday night at 10 p.m. Eastern at sfdradio.com, where I'm bringing you the best of the worst in cheap booze, talking bum wine, beers, 40s, malt liquor, and more. Always featuring the latest and greatest in the world of drinking and entertainment, along with some special guests. So come on down and take a ride with Bumwine Bob. If you can't be there live, you can always listen in the archives at bumwinebob.com. So sit back, relax, grab a drink, and enjoy. Cheers.
You love midnight movies, don't you? But can you handle midnight movies 24 hours a day?
Your death will be indescribable.
Find out on Black Flag TV. The first viral television on the web. Black Flag TV is entirely dedicated to haunting horror, science fiction, and cult movies. Broadcasting live 24 hours a day, obscure independent movies and classic horror. Make Black Flag TV your sanctuary for the horror genre.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Visit us now, blackflag.tv.
This is EMZT Radio. Come and let your ears bleed. EMZT Radio Minis!
Welcome back to another EMZT Radio Minis. I'm your host, Boom Doom, and we are going to be talking about the new Minecraft update 1.14, and it's going to be amazing.
So when is it coming out?
Half of it, 1.14 is coming out in this December, I believe, and the 1.15, which has everything, is coming out early 2019.
It's called the Village and Pillage update.
Yeah.
So tell us, what is being updated?
Mostly, I wouldn't say stuff's being updated, but stuff's being added. It's supposed to be a major update. We're getting so much stuff. We're getting altars, which were supposed to be added but was scrapped, but they might be added, I believe.
What was it called?
It was called an altar.
Lectern.
Well, it was first called altar. And we're getting lanterns, I believe. No, I don't know.
That was called a lectern.
No, I read that wrong. But yeah, mostly we're getting a lot of cool stuff, and the village and pillage is like, it's, I guess for Minecraft, you know how it has that kind of like medieval feel where like, you know how there's no cities, it's like a village stuff, it's like old. I believe Minecraft is going up into the raiding stage where people raid. So it was one thing that they said that if you want to stay in a village, you're going to have to fight for it.
Okay. It's focusing on villages, adding a new subset of villagers known as pillagers, and redesigning village architecture to match the biome it's located in.
Also, villagers will have their own skin now.
This update will also introduce many new stairs, slabs, and walls, revamp the crafting system, and update the taiga biome.
Yeah. Which won the vote, taiga, so we're going to get berries and foxes for 1.14, I think. I don't remember. But then 1.15, I think, we're getting the other stuff.
Okay, so they're adding bamboo, barrels, bells, blast furnaces and smokers.
That sounds cool.
Cartography tables, fletching tables, smithing tables, stone cutters. They're adding more flowers, which is cornflower, wither rose, lily of the valley for the forest biome.
Yeah.
Grindstones. A lectern is that altar he was talking about, but
Yeah,
it's for multiple players to read a book at the same time.
Yeah.
They're adding a loom.
Ooh.
Can be crafted with 2 string on top of 2 planks.
Wait, what is a loom again? Is it that?
That's where you make blankets and clothes.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. They're adding to the signs. Spruce,
Oh,
birch,
yeah, I heard
acacia,
about that.
jungle, and dark oak signs now come in all different wood types. Slabs. Stone andesite, polished andesite, diorite, polished diorite, granite, polished granite, mossy stone brick, mossy cobblestone, smooth sandstone, smooth red sandstone, smooth quartz, red nether brick, and end stone brick slabs. Stairs and walls of those slabs I talked about. Banner patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can crafted with paper and their associated items, enchanted golden apple plus paper.
So now it doesn't have to be as much.
Yeah. Crossbows.
Oh, yeah. The enchantments are amazing.
Slightly more range, but takes longer to charge.
There's a fast charge, though.
Hold to charge, click to release. Charge is saved in inventory, can be used later. Can shoot firework rockets. New enchantments are multi-shot, quick charge, and piercing, which projectiles pierce through mobs.
Yeah, I can go through 2 and 3, but the 3 is, like, rare.
4 levels. Not compatible with multi-shot.
Yeah.
Dyes, they're adding blue dye, brown dye, black dye, and white dye.
That'd be cool.
More spawn eggs, an illager beast.
Illager beast.
What is an illager beast?
So the only way that a pillager or pillagers can go into a village is with a pillager beast. And if they don't, they can't go in. But once they find one, they could.
This thing looks almost like a villager with horns on all 4 legs.
That's literally why it's called a beast.
Because that's what it looks like.
It takes away 6 damage too. It's pretty awesome.
It's considered a mini boss because the health and strength, it's really a lot. Like its health
good.
points is 100.
Yep. Wait, 100?
100. The attack strength depends on which level you're at, but it's like, it's high up. For easy level, it's 7. Normal's 12. Hard is 18.
Oh, he would kill you in a second.
It has a roar that does 6 heart damage. And it does drop a saddle.
Yeah, that's the only thing you get is a saddle.
So, okay, they're hostile towards players, iron golems, and villagers within a 16-block radius. They attack by ramming enemies with their heads, dealing 12 heart damage and high knockback. They destroy crops and leaves, and they run quickly through flowers, saplings, and crops such as melons and pumpkin stems are unaffected. If blocked by a shield while attacking, the damage will be denied and the knockback halved. The illager beast has about 50% chance to become stunned and unable to move or attack for about 2 seconds. After this period, it will emit a roar that does 6 heart damage and high knockback.
Yeah.
The roar can damage nearby illagers as well, and they will fight back, but illager beasts will never do so. Even though they are heavy, they can swim. Their apparent weight gives them 50% chance of 100% knockback resistance. Illager beasts match up to being slightly weaker than iron golems.
Practically, they're the first elephant.
Yeah, and so it says that because of their high health and strength, they're considered a mini-boss. So that's what an illager beast... It looks like a villager with horns on all 4 legs. It looks kind of like an iron golem on its 4 legs. They also will be adding pandas that eats bamboo
here's
items.
A real quick fact. They actually went to a panda reserve because pandas aren't they going extinct?
Yes.
So they went there and they got full audio and what they sounded like to eat and what they sounded like, and they sound freaking cute.
Yeah, they will have also foxes are going to be added.
Oh yeah, foxes.
Spawn in the taiga biomes. They're adding pillagers, which is like what Boom Doom said. They are a form of bander raiders.
They're raiders.
They have crossbows, will raid or take over villages, killing villagers. They're also going to have, for the pandas can be bred.
Yeah, and there will be there's a special brown panda.
And when a panda sneezes, it has a chance of dropping a slime ball.
Also, they can scare their mom or dad by going, Chew. But that's only if they're a baby. If they're
it
grown
says
up,
baby pandas can sneeze, startling the parent. And they have a rare brown variant, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. They're also adding berries.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have, it's a new food item found on berry bushes.
Yeah. Which look like rose bushes, but are like,
They're going to be a different color.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't say what, though.
I believe it would be red or... There's a couple, I think. There's red, blue, purple maybe. I don't remember the...
Okay. So pandas are going to have spawn eggs and pillagers are going to have spawn eggs. There's going to be a new suspicious stew. Found in shipwreck supply chests. Can be crafted with a red and brown mushroom, a bowl, and any flour. It restores 6... Is that health?
Yeah. Wait, let me see. Yeah, 6 hunger bars.
Hunger bars and 7.2 saturation points, and give roughly 5 seconds of status effect.
Yep.
So it has different effects depending on which flower is used. There's regeneration, jump boost, poison, wither, weakness, blindness, fire resistant, 2 saturations, and speed.
Yep.
The new biome variant of jungle is the bamboo forest.
Gonna be pretty rare, I think. No, I don't think they're gonna be rare.
Carpets are going to now be made by surrounding a non-white dye with white carpet.
Also, if you were using sugarcane as bamboo, you better get the real thing when it comes out. Even though it looks like bamboo, it's not.
Chorus flowers now break and drop themselves when shot by arrows and tridents.
That's cool.
Dispensers. Shears can now be dispensed and will shear sheep.
Yep.
Leaves now drop 0 to 2 sticks. Nether brick fence now require 4 nether brick blocks and 2 nether brick items. Signs. Going to be able to make with dyes in different text colors. Stained glass panes.
It's pretty good.
Beetroot soup.
Uh-huh. There's already beetroot soup.
Recipe changed to be shapeless.
Uh-huh.
Book and quill. Dead bush can now be used as fuel in a furnace.
Uh-huh. I mean, you could always use dead bush because it sticks. It drops sticks. It drops sticks. I mean, it was recently added in 2017. So, of course, you could smelt them, but I guess you get the full thing now.
So, dye unified all dye names. But lapis lazuli, cocoa beans, bone meal, and ink sac can no longer be used as dyes.
Oh, no!
Yeah.
I wonder what ink sacs will be used for now.
Cocoa beans are now renamed to cocoa. Mobs, ocelots, and cats are split into 2 separate mobs. Cats are now able to spawn as strays in villages which can be tamed.
Also, in mornings, they will give you stuff such as string, raw chicken, leather, rabbit hide, rabbit foot, rotten flesh, and phantom membrane.
They will scare off phantoms and will hiss at them. Cat collars can now be dyed. Ocelots can no longer be tamed. Instead, they will trust the player if fed salmon or cod, so they can't be tamed anymore.
They can't.
Creepers can now drop music discs from strays in addition to skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
Phantoms are now afraid of cats. Player wither now have loot tables.
Yep.
Armor stand now has a loot table. Lighting system has been rewritten.
Oh, yeah.
Moved light storage from chunks to a separate structure. Performance improvements. Fish mobs that would spawn and then despawn from being too far away from the player, and the next tick is no longer spawn. Redstone dust depowering performance increase. Ooh. So anyway, they are actually writing this and testing it on the Java edition.
Uh-huh.
And then other versions will come out later for
Yes.
different consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say about it?
Well, if you do not get it on PlayStation, I'm mad at you. I'm mad at you, 4J Studios. I think they left. No, they. But anyways, this has been a Minecraft review of the Pillage and Village update. Pretty exciting, pretty promising. And this has been your hostel, Boom Deal, and my Aunt Bane. Goodbye.
And we'll be back right after this music break. It's EMZT Radio.
Live life in a lie. Reality
In those moments when you're not sure the undead are really dead, don't get all stingy with your bullets.
In this house, the doors say red rum, and every day is an excellent day for an exorcism. We have old friends for dinner, and we see dead people because sometimes we all go a little mad. So if you want to play a game, when you see the red balloon, be afraid, be very afraid, and whatever you do, don't fall asleep. Welcome to your worst nightmare, because in this house, we dig horror movies. Because this is EMZT Radio. And we're back!
And we're back.
We have Sarah is back! Number 4 visit!
Yeah, wow.
Hi, Sarah!
Hi.
It's been a while since we chatted.
Yeah, it has, but I'm glad to be back.
Yes. Oh, and thank you. And we're talking about your latest project, which the Indiegogo campaign is up and running. Everybody give to this project. You know it's going to be awesome. Create Your Killer. Hey, Sarah, why don't you tell us a little bit about this?
Yeah, well, the campaign just launched today, actually, so I'm very excited, and we have already a few backers, and Matt was actually the first one, so yay, thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
I
Go ahead.
started writing this project a couple of months ago. I just got an idea in my head, and I was like, well, this sounds weird and interesting. Why not? Let's make it. And it's about 3, I wouldn't say kids, but young people who are playing video games at home one Saturday evening, and then they find this VHS tape with a game called Create Your Killer, and then everything changes, like for the worse.
All right.
So, yeah, it's a kind of a celebration of 80s horror slasher films and video games, of course, and a few horror icons with a splash of humor and a bit of gore. So it's a fun film.
Oh, yeah. This looks really fascinating. The posters for each of the players is really, it's a lot of fun looking.
Yeah, and the shooting of the posters was really fun. My good friend Martin Gustafsson was actually the photographer, and me and Jasmine Martinez from Bitches of Horror is actually playing one of the characters, and then there's Emmanuel who plays her younger brother, and we had a blast during this photo shoot. We just went crazy and were laughing all the time, and especially Jasmine. He was laughing all the time, and the photographer was like, "Be scared," and Jasmine was just like laughing.
Yeah, the one poster I'm seeing on the campaign, she's looking scared there.
I really love the poster. I wasn't thinking about having a poster from the photo shoot. Actually, I just wanted the character pictures, but I think Martin did a really good job with this picture. So I was like, well, let's make this the poster. It will really work.
Yeah. It really makes you want to watch this thing and say, what is this about? Okay. So where did you get the idea?
I was actually at one of my jobs. I work as a personal assistant for people with disabilities, and I was talking with the man I'm working with, and because he really likes films, so we were talking about movies and horror films, and I just started having this idea about video games and how you can control like players in the game and stuff like that. I was talking to him, and he was like, "Yeah, it sounds cool," and I was like, maybe I should try and write a screenplay. And then I did, and I was like, yeah, well, this might work. And I called Jasmine, and I was like, well, Jasmine, I have a part for you, and this is the script. Let me know what you think. And she was like, yeah, I'm on board. So that's how it went.
Oh, so who's gonna be filming it?
Actually, my friend Javier, who filmed parts of Sarjad.
Oh.
So, yeah, I had a meeting with him a week ago, and we went through some stuff, and he's really excited about this, and me too. So I think it will be a great collaboration again.
Yeah, definitely. So when do you plan on filming?
At the end of March, 23rd and 24th of March next year.
Okay. And how long do you think it'll take to film? How many days?
Right now, we have about 2.5 days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it will work because the script is 4.5 pages, and I think the film will be between 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. So short film. All right. Well, that sounds interesting. All right. So how long? Okay. So the campaign just came out. It's 30 days with today to
Yes.
give, and you're looking for 7,500.
Yeah, but it's a flexible goal. No matter the amount, we will still. If I just get like $100, I will still get $100, and it's better than nothing.
Yes, definitely. So who's doing makeup effects?
I've been talking to a friend of mine who worked with the Monsters of Film Festival. He created some stuff for them, like posters and stuff. And his name is Anders Mohammar, and I think he's interested in doing the SFX. We were talking about it, but we will have another meeting and see.
Oh,
how
nice.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell us a little bit about the characters?
Well, I can't say too much, but I'm really excited about directing Jasmine because I've never really done that before. And I have directed mimes before, but this is a much bigger project. So I feel like I am taking on everything and really have to make everything work. And this is like really the first time I see myself as a real director. So I'm very excited. But I think Jasmine's character, she plays a girl named Amanda. And, there's a lot of elements from Jasmine in this character. That's why I think she will be perfect for this part. She's very, determined and maybe a bit bossy. I wouldn't say like Jasmine is bossy. That definitely knows what she wants.
Okay.
Yes. And then there's a character that is her younger brother, Adam. He's a bit lazy, just plays video games. Like he wants to create his own video game company, but he's just too lazy. He doesn't have anything to do. And then you have my character, which is Isabella. And my character is going through a breakup because things ended badly with her man. And she's a bit down. And she's playing video games at Amanda's and Adam's place to just think about other stuff and, cool down. And yeah, so she's a bit sad.
Oh.
Yeah. So those are the players.
All right. Matt, your turn.
Oh, it is my turn, isn't it? No, is this all inside, or do you have to find like an outdoor location or anything to shoot?
Well, most of it is inside. There's one particular part in the script that is outside, but I can't say anything about that scene yet, but it's a very special scene. It has to do something with how you play the game.
Oh.
It's a very special scene.
All right, I got to ask this. I've been dying to ask you this since it went down. You're a big MMA person. I know you watched the fight. What the hell was that all about with the end of the Conor McGregor thing? Is the UFC starting to lose their ass with Conor?
It was insane. Like, I mean, the build up and lead up to the fight was insane in itself. But I mean, how everything ended was just crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Oh, man.
Wow. I mean, I even forgot that I had just watched the fight. Like, I forgot all about that. And I just thought about the aftermath. And, I mean, what would he been thinking? And Conor, I don't know. It was crazy. Lots of emotions involved, definitely.
Yeah. I think he's starting to lose it. I'm dead serious because, like, I know that's been his MO for years. Is like, be this wild, crazy guy. But I think he's actually starting to live it now. I mean, you got the Dolly incident that happened, and I didn't know that they had promoted that thing so heavily using that Dolly.
They used it in the promotion material for this fight. Like, instead of trying to hide it and be like, well, we don't really want to have to do anything with the incident because it's really bad. They used it as a promotion material. It's insane. It's like, take a look at Conor and all the crazy stuff he's doing. It's so cool. Like, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Like, crazy. And I can understand Khabib. Like, he is taking so much trash talk from Conor about his religion and family and his nation and country and everything. And he just had enough. Like, it was definitely the wrong time and place to take out his anger and everything. But I can understand, like, how he felt.
And see, that was what really threw me for a loop, though. Was like, Khabib has been this really like calm dude.
Yeah.
And
then something like that, it was just crazy.
Yeah. So I've just been curious about this because I know we've kind of talked on and off about MMA every once in a while, like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, it was like, wow.
Yeah.
But
go ahead. I'm sorry.
And it ended any other way, like, oh, okay. And now it's just like no one will get this fight ever.
That is odd. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing though for UFC. And I heard Joe Rogan was talking about it on his podcast. And that was like the first place I went after, like the day after, was like, 'cause I knew Joe was going to talk about it, and he's on the fence, like, is this really a good thing? So I think that's going to be interesting coming down the line.
Yeah, I think if they would ever have a rematch, which I don't think is in the cards right now, but they would, then they would probably use this as promotion material as well, just to get those extra pay-per-view buys. I mean, it would be insane.
But what else? Now you guys just came back from I'm gonna get back to horror now. Don't worry, Bane. Yeah, you guys just came back from the Monsters of Horror Festival. Without ruining what you guys are gonna put on your YouTube, tell us about it.
It was really amazing. Well, me and Jasmine, we worked the entire week with interviews and putting up videos, and we had lots of stuff to do with Bitches of Horror, so we were busy like all day for an entire week. We were very tired. Like by Sunday, the last day, my friends were like, whoa, you're looking tired. Like, we can see that you're not here. I'm like, no, I'm not. But it was fun. It was really fun. Like, we got to interview Adrian Garcia Bogliano, and also Sonny Laguna, who made the newest Puppet Master film, and it was so much fun. And we got to see so many cool films.
Nice.
We got the new Halloween before everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Nice. How'd you like it?
I did like it, actually. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I think this was the right direction to go as far as coming up with the sequel to the first Halloween film. There were some minor flaws, but I could overlook them, and I enjoyed the film.
Okay, cool. You got anything else there, Bane?
Anything new going for the Bitches of Horror?
Well, we have some more episodes coming up, and we're still just deciding on what themes and stuff we have to do. But we're getting close to our annual New Year's episode, where we'll list our favorites from the year, and we do a drinking game. So we will be focusing that on just gathering all the films from this year and watching them.
Oh, that's nice. We need to do something like that.
You should. You really should.
Yes. I smell collaboration in the air here.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm down for that.
Yeah. All right. So this is Sarah from the Bitches of Horror with her new project coming out. Well, the Indiegogo campaign, Create Your Killer, started today. This is November 1st. We have 30 days. Everybody give, because you know it's going to be awesome the way Sarah writes and thinks.
Thank you. Yeah, but I'm very excited about this project. This is a bit different from what I usually do and write, but I think you should challenge yourself also.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've always wanted to go into a bit of more comedy horror lately, and I've always been thinking, well, I don't know if I'm funny, but I want to try. I want to try to put my spin on it. So hopefully it will work out.
Yes. Oh, we look forward to it.
Thank you.
In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in. Nightfall. Good evening. This week's Nightfall will tell you everything you need to know about urban transportation and more. The play, by Marjorie Stewart, is called Cemetery Stuff.
Oh, damn, here he comes.
Now look here, Mortland. You're late again. More than 5 minutes. What the hell are you trying to pull?
Look, Ben, I had a few tie-ups back there, that's all.
Tie-ups, eh? Such as Molly in the coffee shop here before you started out? Eh? That's some tie-up. And I suppose you stopped at the other end, too.
Let up on me, will you? Take it out on somebody else for a change.
Now, look, I've had a lot of complaints about you, Mortland. You're pulling away from stops too quickly, leaving passengers stranded, missing stops purposely when you're running late.
Look, Ben, I'll see it doesn't happen again, okay?
Your promises don't count. Not anymore. You've only got one thing going for you, Mortland.
Yeah, what's that?
We're, taking into consideration the fact that you've been through a lot in the last month and...
Thanks, Ben.
Okay. Well, get going. Let's see you back here on schedule.
Goddamn company man. He and his whole transportation system can go straight to hell.
Hey, Mortland.
What? Oh, Frankie. Yeah. What, you shift over? Now, what are you on these days, anyway? You the Sinclair car?
Yep. Having some hassles with Ben?
He's just trying to throw his weight around. This your stop?
Next one. No, Mortland. You sure don't look like the kind of guy who'd get bothered.
You got it, Frankie. Anyway, I don't need this lousy job.
How come? Got a few million socked away?
I don't know. But I don't mind telling you, I got a few other irons in the fire. My lawyer clears up a few entanglements, then I'm heading out.
Can't take the Toronto pride.
What? Oh, I don't mind Toronto. It's been a city of opportunities, as far as I'm concerned. And I just don't like anyone pushing me around. So, I prefer to do the pushing myself. Now, take this route, for instance. I did a bit of pushing to get a hold of this one.
Yeah, I bet you did. It's a real easy route, isn't it?
Well, it's not too bad. This stretch here, for example, no problem at all. There's no evening stop, so after 5:30, it's clear sailing right through. Frank? Yeah, to hell with him. Well, damn it, spoke too soon.
Driver, stop.
What? No, you made a mistake, man. There's no point in you getting off here.
This is my stop, driver.
No, there's nothing here, ma'am.
Driver, this is my stop.
You want the next stop, ma'am. You've made a mistake.
Driver, this is my stop.
Okay, have it your way. Crazy. Must have been planning on going into the cemetery. Dressed all in black like that. But everybody knows after 5:30 it's closed.
Yeah, what'll it be? Oh, hi.
The regular?
Yeah, easy on the sugar.
So, how's it going?
Look, Molly, I'm running late.
Great. Well, there you are. Listen, call me sometime, will you?
Thanks.
Hey, Mortland, could you wait just a minute?
What? Oh, it's you. Look, Pete, I'll pay you that 10 I owe you next week, okay?
Oh, no, it's not that, George. Look, you and I, we've had our differences in the past, you know, but I just wanted to say how sorry I was to hear about Marion. Well, you know, we were kids together, us two. A real shock it was. Especially the way it happened. She was such a good swimmer.
Yeah, look, I'm in a bit of a hurry right now. I gotta get going.
Oh, sure. I won't keep you waiting. See you around, George.
Yeah, okay then. I hope not. I sure hope not. Nosy bastard.
I ran almost half a block. Thought I'd miss you. Does this bus go right into the St. Clair station?
Yeah. You got it.
Treating yourself to a late night snack, eh, driver?
That's right.
That coffee sure smells good on a cold night like this.
You gotta do something to keep yourself awake. Thank God this is my last run tonight.
Yes, I figured it was. How long does it take to get down to St. Clair?
Oh, about 5 minutes. It's a straight run from here. No stops until we get ready to turn off Mount Pleasant. From the corner on, it's just a short run into the subway loop. God damn it. Why the hell would anybody be getting out here? The cemetery stuff. Damn it, anyway.
Driver, will this bus take me to the end?
What do you mean? The end?
Driver, will this bus take me to the end?
Well, yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, it goes right to the end.
I sure wish I could get a job driving a bus. Looks like fun to me.
Yeah, it's hard work, kid, just like everything else.
I like this stretch. You can really open her up, huh?
What?
You never have to stop along.
Damn. Driver, this is my stop.
Driver,
this is my stop.
All right, I can hear you. Damn it, she got off here the same time last night.
What'd you stop for, driver? There wasn't anyone waiting to get off.
It's windy out there, driver. And cold. I'll be glad to get home to my apartment.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'll be glad to get home myself. Well, it won't be long now. This is the last half of my final run for the night.
Well, I'm glad I caught you then.
Damn it, there she is again. What's she doing out there this time of night? I'm gonna find out.
Driver, does this bus take me to the end?
What?
Driver, does this bus Take me to the end.
Ben! Say, Ben, did you see that woman getting off the bus just now?
What woman?
Well, you couldn't miss her. She was all in black. She was dressed in black.
No, I guess I missed her.
You couldn't have. She brushed right past you.
No, I don't remember her.
This, trouble, I don't know. It must have started night before last. Well, yeah, Monday night it was.
What sort of trouble? Hey, look, if you're having trouble with that route again, Mortland, I want to know about it.
No, it's not the sort of trouble you're thinking about. I don't even know yet if it is trouble. Maybe it's just sort of weird.
You'd better tell me about it.
On my last run, night before last, as I was going north, a woman got off at the cemetery stop. There was something about her. I can't really describe her.
Go on.
Well, she rang the bell. I argued with her a bit, but then I had to let her off the bus. And I went on up to the top, up to Eglinton, same as I always do. Then I turned around to head back here.
Yeah?
As I came back down toward the cemetery again, I was sort of looking for her, figuring she'd made a mistake, gotten off at the wrong stop. But I didn't see her again. Instead, an old woman got on, right across the street from where the first woman had gotten off.
Well, so what? You're not trying to tell me that you think there's some kind of connection that...
But doesn't it seem odd to you?
Now, look, you got nothing to worry about. Just as long as they pay their fare and don't make any commotion.
For God's sake, Ben!
Forget about it, Mortland. Do you hear me? Forget about it. There's an explanation for everything if you want to dig deep enough.
What? What do you mean by that?
Like I told you, forget about it. Your nerves are getting the better of you, George, and I'm not surprised. What with the shock of your wife drowning like that. Now, look, go home, George. Get yourself a good night's sleep. You'll see you'll feel better tomorrow.
I am not trying to pick a fight with you, Molly. I just thought we could spend some time together. I don't want to be alone tonight.
Well, but I can't leave early. Betty has that awful sore throat, so she called in sick, and, well, Mike says...
Forget. I don't want to hear what Mike says. Look, I'm going to try to get some sleep for a change.
What are you so uptight about?
This job is starting to get to me. I'll be glad to wash my hands of the whole thing.
What do you mean, George? Are you thinking of quitting?
I got plans.
What do you mean, plans?
Oh, never mind. Just never mind.
It's a real easy route, isn't it?
You're late, Morton. You're late.
Driving a bus must be easy.
Easy. Such a good swimmer. Such a good swimmer.
This is my stop, driver. My.
Take me to the end. The end, driver.
Stop, driver. My.
Take me to the end, driver. The end. The end. The end.
Marion, it was an accident. I swear it was an accident. Ben, look, can you get someone to take my last run for me?
What's the matter with you? What are you talking about?
I can't do this last run. I got a funny feeling. Ben, just get somebody else to do it.
Come on, George. You know damn well I can't get another man on this much notice.
I won't do it, I tell you. I can't.
Get hold of yourself, George.
You come with me, Ben.
What? Well, okay. But let's get going.
George?
What's going on, Molly?
Oh, hi. Well, Mike let me off early, and I thought I'd ride up with George and kill some time.
Kill some time?
Hi, Molly.
Look, you don't have to kid me.
Hi, George. Hey, you look kind of pale. You feeling okay?
I'm okay.
Look, what's going on with you two?
What?
But nothing anymore. Right, George? I mean, if you really got to know, Ben, there hasn't been anything since...
Oh, I didn't mean that. Look, I'm riding with him, too.
The more the merrier.
Thanks.
You know about...
Yeah. Well, I've never been on this route before.
Actually, it's a pretty good one. Easy. George is lucky he's got it.
Yeah. I used to think that myself.
See? That's the last stop. Before the cemetery. She's not on the bus yet. If she isn't on the bus, she sure as hell can't get off it. And if you can't see her, she's not there.
There you are, George. You'll see. Everything's going to be just fine.
You don't understand. The fact that I can't see her doesn't mean anything. I never pick her out until I hear the bell.
But there hasn't been a bell, George. And we're almost at the cemetery.
Driver, this is my stop.
Did you see her?
What's the matter with you, George? Why did you stop the bus?
Why did you open the door?
No, I had to. My hand, it went right to the lever. I couldn't stop it.
What are you talking about, George? That doesn't make sense.
Look. She's still out there. Can't you see her? She's waving at me, calling me to go out there. I'll be back in a minute.
George, where the hell are you going?
Don't go out there, George!
No.
George!
No, hold it, Molly. He's got to get to the bottom of this by himself.
Where is she? I should have known. Hey, you there?
See, he knows right where to go.
He's only been here once, hasn't he?
But he does know. Over here, George.
This is your stop, George.
This is the end of the line.
You don't have to go anywhere anymore.
There's nowhere to go now.
There isn't?
No, there isn't. Is there?
Where are they? It's so dark here. I can't see. It's grass here. It's getting soft. Wet. This isn't grass. It's earth. Oh, my God. It's an open grave. Hey, it was an accident. I swear it was an accident.
You could have helped her, George, but you didn't.
He could.
Sure he could. He's a good boy. He can be very helpful.
I didn't know that. How could George know how to help?
Oh, he just knows.
What do you want? What do you want to know?
Nothing. We finally know now.
We know all about you and Molly, George.
But Marion didn't know, did she?
Even Molly didn't know, did she?
She couldn't understand after all, could she?
But we understand, George, don't we?
We know all about it, don't we, George?
So it's all right, isn't it, George?
Even if Marion didn't know.
Even if Molly doesn't know.
Even if nobody knows but us.
Yes, nobody knows but us.
I don't think we should be doing this. He's got to work it out for himself.
For God's sake, Ben, he's been wandering around in here for an hour. We've got to help him.
What's that? Over there.
Oh, my God. Come on.
They don't leave them open like that, do they?
How the hell should... Oh, God. You got any matches or anything?
Yeah.
George? Oh, my God. Look at the headstone. It's
Marion's grave. Molly.
What?
Don't look down in there.
Just heard Cemetery Stop by Marjorie Stewart. Featured in tonight's cast were Neil Monroe as George Mortland, Jane Eastwood as Molly, and Murray Westgate as Ben. You also heard Alan Fawcett as Frankie, Frank Perry as the elderly passenger, and Alan Levson as the young boy. The voices of the two women from the graveyard were played by Elva Mae Hoover and Marion Waldman. Our recording engineer is Brian Pape, with sound effects by Matt Wilcott and the production assistance of Nina Callahan. Nightfall is produced and directed for CBC Radio by Bill Howell.
Our eyes meet across a crowded room.
it makes me the fall guy. Everybody's screaming for blood, and all of a sudden I'm it.
You're listening to EMZT Radio.
The Horror Gaming Report brought to you by ThatTechShop.com. Head over right now to ThatTechShop.com and type in the code EMZT at checkout for 20% off of all items for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox.
And now for the Horror Gaming Report. This is brought to you
from
Windows Central. Best Xbox One horror games for November 2018. Unfiltered Horror. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Undeniably one of today's best horror games, Resident Evil 7 Biohazard revives the survival horror that defined the series. With a new first-person view, players are deeply immersed in an intense, action-fueled adventure. You can check it out for $17 at Amazon. Digital Outbreak Observer. After a digital plague sweeps civilization, digital realms are now more enticing than ever, diving deeper into virtual memories of the insane. Observer thrives on player uncertainty to build atmospheric tension. You can find it at Microsoft for $30. Thrills and Chills, The Evil Within 2. On a hunt for lost family, The Evil Within 2 captures unhinged psychological horror, elevating scares to the next level. Players must manage resources and stay alert. You can find it at Microsoft for $25. Don't Look Back, Outlast. Venturing into an abandoned mental asylum, Outlast is among today's darkest adventures. With a night vision camcorder in hand, you'll hide from unforgiving threats, praying those batteries don't die. You can find it at Microsoft for $20. Old School Scares, Resident Evil Remastered. Hailed for defining the survival horror genre, this timeless classic was remastered after 2 decades. Caution, adaptability, and a keen eye are essential to stay alive and keep advancing. You can find it at Microsoft for $20. Fight to Survive, State of Decay 2. State of Decay 2 isn't the scariest game out there, but still packs qualities horror fans will love. Managing a full community, players will build bases, maintain resources, and resist zombie hordes. You can find it at Amazon for $24. The Artist's Mind, Layers of Fear. Layers of Fear is a psychedelic tale of an artist descending into insanity, navigating through mazes of corridors and doors, cutting out combat and conventional scares. It's all about the fear of the unknown. You can find it at Microsoft for $20. Deep Space Terror, Alien Isolation. Trapped on a space station with an extraterrestrial threat, players will need to stay alert and hidden, but remember that in space, no one can hear you scream. Find it at Amazon for $20. Fear the Unknown, Dead Space. Once undead creatures flood a mining starship, Dead Space becomes a bloody struggle to escape. While a classic of the Xbox 360 era, it's playable via Xbox One backward compatibility. Find it at Amazon for $20. There are several mighty horror games on Xbox One now, and these are some of the best. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is a simply unmissable experience within the genre, while indie titles like Observer bring a refreshing approach to horror tropes. No matter your choice, just don't look behind you. And that is the Horror Gaming Report with Scorpio Girl on EMZT Radio. Come, let your ears bleed.
You look afraid. I would be afraid. For what? This is a dream. I wouldn't want to wake up from this dream, but you must.
EMZT Radio is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/EMZT. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. For you, the listeners of EMZT Radio Podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. That's audibletrial.com/EMZT.
The show that puts the story back into history.
History is all about discovering the why, and I think that in that process it's important to never take the story out of history.
Making history come alive, one episode at a time.
But this is a podcast on the American Revolution for this series, and all about a free country, so do whatever the hell you want.
Visit theMondayAmerican.com to get more. Dive into the Monday American. Don't worry, we'll be gentle.
Chronicity, a state of prolonged duration, recurrent, habitual, chronic.
A new miniseries on chronic pain and illness by your friends Matt and Phil from Semi-Intellectual Musings.
We go beyond medical diagnosis to explore the often forgotten political, social, and personal sides.
You'll hear stories from extraordinary people overcoming extraordinary challenges.
Authors, entrepreneurs, volunteers, coaches, and caregivers.
They are so much more than their diagnoses, yet each have found ways to persevere.
You'll also hear some familiar voices from the indie podcast community,
showing that art, creativity, and passion are possible while living in chronicity.
These stories and more, starting April 1st at thesim.podbean.com.
Kill you, brother. You'll feel better.
Keep calm and don't go swimming. Don't have sex. Don't smoke. Don't drink. Don't go out. Don't split up. Don't run from the killer. If you trip, get up and run, and above all, turn on the stupid light before entering any room. Unless you do want to die. Just some friendly tips to save your life in a horror movie. From your friends at EMZT Radio.
This is Lucan Wolf, and you're listening to EMZT Radio with your hosts, the Sinister Sisters.
Sinister Sisters.
Welcome to another Sinister Sisters. I'm Bane Hellborn with my sister,
Scorpio Girl.
And it's November, which means it's near Thanksgiving time. We have 2 weeks to go. And believe it or not, there are tons of Thanksgiving horror movies. I personally don't like Thanksgiving because it's a whole big to-do thing, and I'm like,
You do nothing for Thanksgiving. I do all the work.
It's still a lot of work.
For me. You sleep in, wait for food to be done, and then you eat it.
But it's still having to socialize. I just want to stay in my room.
With who? You don't even socialize with our family.
I do.
Well, I don't. I just cook, eat, and leave.
Yeah. So anyway, Thanksgiving's not my favorite holiday. We all know Halloween's my holiday, which I want all year round. But anyway, yeah, there are actually Thanksgiving horror movies, and a lot of these lists have the same movies, but I haven't seen very many of them because Thanksgiving is not my holiday. Oh, this one I watched. You're Next. Technically not a Thanksgiving-centered movie, but it checks off so many boxes it might as well count because it's a family gathering and they're having a meal and then shit goes down. So,
what kind of shit?
Home invasion.
Oh, I thought I saw Crispin. That's the name of one of the characters. Any
Yeah.
movie with Crispin Glover, I mean, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
but it's not. Crispin Glover is not in this.
No. You're Next is about a girl who's being brought to her boyfriend's family's house to meet the family, and then a home invasion happens, and they start killing off the family one by one. So, yeah.
So You're Next.
So You're Next.
I thought this was a good one. Thanksgiving. 2009.
I didn't watch those either.
So basically, a homicidal turkey axes off college kids during Thanksgiving break. That's
Okay, so dig this. I didn't watch these movies. So there's Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving 3. Apparently in Thanksgiving 3, they're looking for the film Thanksgiving 2. So that's why there's no part 2.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Now, this one is interesting. Blood Freak. I didn't watch this either, but It was not played off. It's definitely a comedy, a horror comedy, but it's not filmed in that way. So it's weird, of a farmer who's also like a mad scientist turns a guy into a giant turkey.
Jeez.
And then the turkey goes on and kills people. It's played the movie is played straight and not for laughs, and makes it even stranger viewing. Giant murderous turkey head screams Thanksgiving, right?
Is Cronenberg involved?
No. Amazingly enough, no.
Well, I found Blood Rage, 1987. A psychopath goes on a homicidal rampage after the twin brother he framed for murder years earlier escapes on Thanksgiving. That's not cranberry sauce.
Expect decapitation, fork violence, and multiple adult situations. Of course, you gotta have sex in all these movies. Just like Thanksgiving had boobs in it.
I mean, if it's a B horror and there's no boobs in it, it doesn't belong a B rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now dig this. Alien abduction incident in Lake County. Let's wrap up this movie in one small sentence. Alien abduction on Thanksgiving Day.
But it's a found footage style movie, so it's right up there with Blair Witch and
Abducted by Aliens on Thanksgiving Day.
And Aliens. It's aliens, man! It's freaking aliens! So, let's see.
Yeah.
I've got Intensity.
Okay.
1997. It looks like it's a Dean Koontz.
From a Dean Koontz story.
From a Dean Koontz story.
Yep.
China Shepherd is a 26-year-old psychology student who survived an extremely troubled past. While visiting Laura Templeton's house, a farm in the Napa Valley, a serial killer named Edgar Foreman Vess breaks into the house, taking Laura and killing her parents. China survives and manages to follow him. In doing so, she learns of Vess's captive, a young innocent girl, Ariel, trapped in Vess's home far from the Napa Valley. China feels a great sense of responsibility. What does this have to do with fucking Thanksgiving?
Because it was on Thanksgiving Day.
Oh. Stupid.
The girl was having Thanksgiving dinner with her parents when the serial killer pops in, kills them.
Wasn't that like your next?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this was one serial killer.
Oh, there's Home Movie, 2008. Home video footage documents a family's descent into violence and madness, includes scenes of various holidays, including Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Home Movie 2. Sorry, Home Movie 2.
We have Christie, 2014. It's during Thanksgiving break at a college. Some college kids stayed on campus, and they're being targeted by a group of crazed killers. And their main goal was to get this one student named Christie. And it was during Thanksgiving break.
I actually watched this movie.
Yeah, we watched this movie.
I
Remember they had the cell phones, and it was all about killing Christie.
Yep, it was all. And I don't think her name was Christie, was it?
Yes, her name was Christie.
Oh, it was Christie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I found Thanks with an X,
Yeah.
Giving, 2006. A college film student takes his film crew to a deserted campground to finish his thesis film over Thanksgiving break.
Yeah. Okay, Home Sweet Home. Thanksgiving set slasher sees an escaped mental patient stealing a car and terrorizing a family during their Thanksgiving gathering, giving us an alternative Thanksgiving set slasher to choose.
The kill count is pretty high, but also is the kill count of cars. This family has more bad luck with cars than I've ever seen in any horror film. One car has a bad battery, another a bad fuel gauge, and another the clutch is out. It is never ending, but the film villain is quite the character, especially his laugh and his facial expressions. Finally, this film has more plot holes than a film about Swiss cheese. So in the end, should you watch this movie? You should on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. What year was that?
1981.
81. That's why it looks bad. Okay. But it was the first role for actress Vanessa Shaw from The Hills Have Eyes 2006. Of course.
Of course. Feed, 2005. As the perfect deterrent to avoid overindulging on a holiday, notorious for it, Feed tells the disturbing tale of a man who gets sexual satisfaction from overfeeding extremely obese women. That's twisted.
Oh, wait.
Believing he is actually feeding them to death, a sex crime investigator starts digging into the truth. Trust us, you won't be asking for second helpings of pumpkin pie after watching this film.
Right.
Maybe this should be something to watch to lose weight.
Yes. It's already making me sick.
It just reminds me from Seven.
Right. Gluttony.
Motel Hell, 1980. An ode to the classic horror film Psycho and Chainsaw Massacre, this terrifying spoof follows remote farmers who capture unsuspecting travelers, bearing them up to their necks in their garden only to kill them once their flesh is tender enough to eat. We don't recommend this method to get a nice, juicier, tender bird on your holiday table.
Yeah, I don't think that was during Thanksgiving, but he sells cooked meats. Takes a whole lot of critters to make Farmer Vincent's fritters.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's this was another movie that was played straight and not advertised as a comedy in any way, even though it is hilarious.
I mean, come on, if you're not laughing at these movies.
This one is hilarious because it's cheese central.
I mean, usually when I watch these type of movies, I'm either doing the, what the fuck did I just watch, or are you fucking kidding me, while I'm laughing.
Yeah. I have Blood Feast 2, All You Can Eat, 2002.
Ooh.
It's a sequel, which is really more of a remake of the original 1963 Blood Feast, which I haven't watched either. Which is also the first film to ever feature blood splatter. Blood Feast, I guess. It is definitely an appropriate horror film for a day that revolves around eating. After falling under the control of Babylonian goddess Ishtar, a man embarks on a very, very bloody murder spree, killing and cooking the women of the town to then feed them to the other inhabitants. Oh, okay. That sounds interesting, though.
Yeah.
Now here's Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead, 2006. This total spoofy comedy, and it's about chickens. So it's about chickens and not turkey, but close enough. It's only a duck away from being turducken. As campy of a horror film as you would expect, a town builds a fried chicken joint on an ancient Indian burial ground. Yeah! The citizens soon face severe food poisoning and some seriously pissed off zombie chickens. It has all the fake vomit, over-the-top gore, and terrible acting you could ever want. I haven't watched this movie, but I mean, I've seen trailers and it looks pretty shitty, but it's hilarious.
I bet.
It's worth watching just once.
Right?
Yeah.
We've got to add Adam Family's Values. 1993?
Yes. Yes.
While suffering summer camp, Adams, Wednesday, and Pugsley are forced to participate in a mind-numbing, vapid, and very unseasonal Thanksgiving play. Viewing their brilliant off-script sabotage of the production is the closest I've ever been to wanting to have more children of my own.
And that's the list of Thanksgiving horror movies that you can or don't want to watch.
Gobble, gobble.
And that wraps up another episode of EMZT Radio. Thank you, Sarah, for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me.
And talking about your new project. Could you please tell the folks where they could find out all about it?
Yeah, you can find out all about it on indiegogo.com/createyourkiller or on our Facebook page, which is, Facebook/createyourkiller also. Oh. And we're also on IMDb as Create Your Killer. So if you just type in Create Your Killer anywhere, I'm sure you will find it.
Yay!
Great.
I'm trying to donate here, and everything is not working. So I'm trying.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yes.
The marvels of modern technology.
Yeah.
And just to let everybody know what's going on with the Twitch, I'm upgrading a lot of stuff. So it's going to be a lot more interactive coming up. Saturday Night Dead is coming back this week. Vampire is coming back. It was we had a special Red Dead show on last Saturday, so
I missed it.
Just want everybody to know. And yes, there is a Reclamation Day Twitch coming on the day Fallout comes out, because the beta is it's a beta.
Yeah. Yeah, beta.
It's not been pretty. Let me just put it that way. There's been, if you go on YouTube, and even I think it's Call Me Kevin, RT Gaming, and Oxhorn have all put up seriously bloopers that have happened.
Wow,
it's awful. Yeah.
Oh no!
But I'm addicted right now to Red Dead, so we've kind of bumped Doom away from Tuesday. That might be moving to Friday, so we can make way for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Like every one of my friends are playing it. They're like, should I go to work today or play Red?
I've actually thought about that too.
Yeah, stay home and play.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
I was enjoying Vampire when you were playing it. I enjoyed that.
I love Vampire. I love playing that game. I'm doing that. I'm going to do a lot more zombie games. So that's the new thing. We're going to do more horror. And once I get a VR, I heard there's a Saw VR.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So I am so into that. Oh man, I am so ready for that. My body is ready.
It's gonna be hard. So don't get frustrated if you get the VR. From all the videos I've seen about VR, it's really difficult to use.
The people I've seen, they've thrown up. Like there are times where people have thrown up, like doing the VR thing.
Oh.
So it's not good. That's not good at all. But yeah. So there's also going to be some more new shows coming too. EMZ TV is still on the cards, people. It's still on the cards. I promise.
That's good.
Yes, because the now that I got the Twitch, gonna finally do a lot more with Twitch, and I might be fully ready to do more shows. So we might have some more talk shows coming over to the Twitch channel as well.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Yes. Thought I would throw that out there. I guess just the usual stuff, right? Twitter, Podbean, whatever the hell else you want to do.
Yes.
Find us. Do it.
Or as Mike Hickey says, we're all over the internet. Come find us.
Yes. Now, I'm going to say this right now. What I referenced, the links are in the description, because I'm not even going to try to butcher it anymore.
Right.
So, the YouTube channels are going to be in the description if you want to go see it. I would definitely want to tell everybody to do that Smile TV thing.
Yeah.
And because it is the epitome of the weird side of YouTube.
Oh.
All right. Anyways, I'm done. I'm done rambling now.
And stay tuned for another episode of EMZT Radio.
Powder Toast Man.
Was it everything you hoped for?